John hadn't heard his wife's voice in 11 months. Until today, a blinking red light on his dusty landline was the first thing he noticed when he returned from the cemetery. He pressed play. Heart hammering. "Hi, John. I just wanted to hear your voice. Im at the lake. You know the spot. I love you. You'll be here waiting." His knees buckled. Mary had been dead nearly a year. John Parker, 74, lived in the same white clapboard house in upstate New York, where he and Mary had raised 2 children, buried a dog, and planted wildflowers every spring. They had been married 51 years before cancer did what time couldn't, separate them. Since her passing, the days blended like old paint, colorless and cracked. The silence in the house was cruel, full of things unsaid, meals uneaten, coffee pots made for one. He walked slower now, talked less, and no longer listened to their favorite records, especially not Unchained Melody, the song that had played on the jukebox the night he asked her to dance in 1969. Today marked the 11th month since she'd left. He visited her grave every 12th, rain or shine. The walk through Maplewood Cemetery was always quiet, but today the air felt heavier. He laid fresh marigolds by her stone. "I miss you, Mare. Still waiting for you to talk back." The wind whispered through the trees, but she said nothing when he got home. That red, blinking light on the old answering machine stunned him. He hadn't checked it in months. No one called anymore. His kids were always busy, and most of his friends were gone. He hit play, and there it was. Her voice. Soft, a little shaky, but unmistakably Mary. "Hi, John. I just wanted to hear your voice. Im at the lake. You know the spot. I love you. You'll be here waiting." He froze. The lake. They hadn't been there since their 50th anniversary picnic. That voicemail wasn't possible. He replayed it 4 times. Same voice, same message. He opened the drawer beneath the phone. There was no tape, no battery backup, just the cord plugged into the wall. He tried to rationalize it. Maybe it was an old recording somehow replaying a prank, but the machine only held 20 messages. He'd deleted the last one before Christmas. He sat in his recliner, eyes fixed on the lake painting Mary had bought at a garage sale in 1987. She always said it reminded her of that quiet spot they used to go to when they needed to breathe. A sudden urgency tugged at his chest. He grabbed his keys. It was past dusk when John reached the lake, McAllister Point. The moon's reflection shimmered like spilled silver trees, rustled gently, and frogs croaked in the reeds. His flashlight cut a narrow beam through the darkness. He walked past their old bench, now cracked and covered in moss. Then he saw it. A flicker, a lantern. No, a silhouette, a woman. Her back to him, sitting in their spot. He stepped forward, voice shaking. "Mary." She didn't move. John closed the distance, heart racing, tears already welling. It was just a coat draped over a driftwood stump, a faded blue shawl, just like the one she wore the last time they were here. His knees weakened. He sat beside it, and then he heard it. A voice, clear and close. "I told you. I'd be waiting." He spun around. No one. His heart thundered, breath short. Was it the wind again? His hands trembled as he pulled the shawl into his lap. Inside the folds was something small and metallic. Mary's locket. He hadn't seen it since she passed. He opened it inside their wedding photo, and a tiny note folded into a square. He unfolded it with shaking hands. "Come back to the lake on the 11th month. You'll know why, with love." Tears fell freely now. She had known, she had planned this. Maybe she asked their daughter to leave the message. Maybe she arranged it before she died. But somehow she knew he'd need something to hold on to before the 1-year mark. When grief hardens into a kind of quiet acceptance, Mary had left him one last gift. A mystery. A moment of magic and a reason to keep going. As the stars appeared overhead, he sat there on the bench, holding the shawl and the locket, feeling. If only for a moment, not alone. Grief doesn't end. It changes. And sometimes the ones we lose find ways to whisper back when we need them most. If you've ever lost someone you love, share this story. Someone else might need that whisper too,